is the future.
Howdy folks, Cal Kellogg here. Welcome back to the FHS YouTube channel. As you can see, Lucy and I, we're in the kayak today. We are up in the high Sierras at French Meadows Reservoir, October 21st, and it is a chilly, chilly morning as the sun starts to crest the ridge right there. Some spots back in the woods I saw in the truck thermometer, it was 28, 29 degrees. So this may well be my last visit to French Meadows. They've drawn it down, you know, going into the winter, which is what they commonly do. But if we get a decent storm, this place is going to be snowed in and it's going to be, you know, party over until next spring. Surface temp, 55 to 56 degrees. That tells me the rainbows and potentially the browns are going to be right near the surface. No downrigger today. I'm going to rely on top lines and lead core. I've got a plan A and a plan B, and honestly I don't think I'm going to have to go beyond plan B to catch some fish. My buddy was up here yesterday. He speed trolled and he only got 4 fish speed trolling. So I'm going to start out fairly slow. I'm going to top line the Trout Trix minnow in the orange color, and I've got a small trolling weight, maybe 3/8 of an ounce, teamed with that just to get it just below the surface. I'm going to run that in this holder right here. On the lead core, I am rigged up with a 3-inch FHS trolling grub, purple and blue, purple blue flake. That dark color potentially is going to work well early in the morning. I've got that teamed up with an action disc running about 1.25 inches above the bait, so that's going to have a ton of action at slow speeds. Target speed, you know, first thing in the morning, 1.5, 1.8 to 2 miles an hour. That's my plan. I'm going to work structure. I'm going to work around some shallow areas. If need be, I'm going to play with colors, and if the soft stuff isn't working, next plan, trigger spoon juniors and trolling flies. Okay, I'm going to spool that Trout Trix worm back probably 60 feet or so. I'm using one of my Kellogg downrigger / top lining rods. I've got that paired with the Daiwa Lexa 100 line counter. So very compact package here. I've got some mono top shot backed up with 20-pound braid on this rod. So there's 30 feet, 32. There's 40, coming up on 50, and there we are, 60 feet. Let's go 65, just for fun, right there. Check the drag. Drag feels good. Okay, the top line is working, and I'm already marking some fish, so that's a good sign. Let's get this grub in the game. Over here on the lead core, just one color to start with. I want this down about 5 feet, and then I'm going to, you know, see what kind of marks I'm seeing, see what the fish seem to be doing, and we'll go from there. We can vary depth pretty easily with the lead core, but honestly, I think that top 5 feet is a good bet right now with this surface temperature. Man, fall, cold weather, it is great to be up here in the high Sierras. I mentioned a lake name today because if I don't mention the lake name, if I just say I'm up in the high Sierras, I get a lot of people asking, what lake are you at? What lake are you at? Well, I'm at French Meadows, but honestly, there is nothing special about this lake. It's a great lake. It's full of rainbows. It's got some really big browns. It's a wonderful place. There's no one on the water, you know, but me. But you can find this kind of action, this quality of lake all over the Sierras. And this is the time, this is prime time. Surface temperatures are dropping, days are getting short. We've already had the first cold front of the year move through. So this is prime time to get out and get your fish on in the high Sierras, even in the high foothill lakes. You're starting to see that transition. You're starting to see the action, you know, change, the fish moving towards the surface. Just saw a really big rainbow jump out here. The headwaters of the lake are up there where the American River enters. Last time I was here, about 3 weeks ago, did real well up there. So I'm going to meander up there. I'm going to check out this area where I just saw a big 2-pound probably rainbow jump out of the water. It makes sense that the fish would be up in the shallows at this time. You know, it's going to warm up there. It's going to warm up there faster, and that's going to get the plankton going, the minnows going, the insects going, and that's the place that you're, you know, likely to find some predators. So we'll do some exploring here, go up towards the headwaters, kind of work this area where I saw that fish jump. I'm going to stay around structure, and I think good things are going to happen. I'm going to give these baits about a half an hour. It's 8:22 now. I'm not going to make any changes probably until 9 o'clock if I need to make changes. But and even then, when I start making changes, I'm going to make some subtle changes, probably changes in color first. And if none of the soft stuff works, I'll start playing with some spoons, with some flies, probably around, I don't know, 9, something like that, 9:30 probably actually. So that's my plan. That's my plan A. So let's see if it works. I'm going to go through this area where I saw that trout jump, and then I'm going to make a left turn and go up towards the headwaters. Fish on the Trout Trix worm right there. And I just realized something kind of disappointing. I left all my plastic baits at home. So hopefully I don't lose my worm, because I rigged these 2 rods up in my driveway yesterday evening, and I left the worm sitting right there, sitting right by my generator. So, oh, he's jumping like crazy. You reel him back under. Trout Trix worm, man. Money. Been trolling maybe 10 minutes. Something like that. Something like that. Oh, nice rainbow. Beautiful fish. Oh, and he's gone. Jumped off. But I still got the worm, which is good. Fish on the orange worm. That one stuck good, I think. Fight this one like we mean it. Low rod tip. That's a heavy fish. Slow down here. I was fooling around bringing that grub in when that strike took place. Nice. Got the little, just a little bit of breeze. So I got the breeze behind me. So I'll just let it kind of push me down the lake slowly here. And good things are going to happen. Got to keep a positive attitude. That's a big rainbow right there. Right there in the net. Bam! Whew! Wow! Now we're talking. That is a beautiful fish. Let me hold him up here. Oh, cool. Worm popped out. Set that down there. Get a hold of this guy. He's feisty. Look at that guy. Oh, what a beauty. I'm going to get him revived in the net a little bit. We got cold water temperature here, so he's going to be just fine. But what a dandy rainbow. Come on, dude. Man, that's a nice fish. Got to get him back out of this net in good condition, because, you know, I want to see him this spring. Oh, yeah, there he goes. There he goes. He's feeling his oats. Well, all right, it is 9:30, just after 9:30 now. And I think it's time for the first real tackle change of the day. So far on the lead core, I tried that purple grub, had one little bump on it. That was about it. I pulled that pink trigger booger for 15 minutes or so. So I didn't really give it a super prolonged chance to catch a fish. I went up into the really shallow area of the lake, the headwaters. I didn't see much up there. I didn't get hit. So on the lead core, I am now pulling a bright red Trigger Spoon Junior. Got that one rigged up with a VMC J hook. I've bent a little offset in the hook. Bright red on top, 100% silver on the back. This has been a very successful spoon at this lake in the past. I'm going to continue pulling that orange Trout Trix up top, and I'm also going to concentrate on the area of the lake right here where I've been seeing the most marks and where I've hooked all 3 fish so far. I was hoping to see a good concentration of fish up there in the channel, you know, at the headwaters, but that just wasn't the case. So I'm going to get both these lines back in the water. We're getting a little bit of glass on the water now, glassy conditions, but we are going to get some breeze here in a little while. So I'm going to start making the rounds in this area where I've been marking the fish, where I've been getting hit. I'm going to do a lot of zigzagging, and I'm going to play with depths a little bit. I'm going to start out 5 feet deep with the lead core, then I'm going to drop it down to 10 feet deep. And we will see what happens, but I'm into plan B. I know the fish are biting. I know there's some very nice fish here. I'm going to cut the lake down to size even more. Even though I've been fishing a small area, I'm going to fish a smaller area, and I'm really going to try to establish a pattern. They are hitting that orange Trout Trix worm, but I don't think I'm getting as many hits as I should be. So I need to keep playing with baits on the lead core to see if I can really dial the bite in. So here we go. Fish on the Trigger Spoon Junior. Fish on the Trigger Spoon Junior. Awesome. Hope he's still on there. Nevertheless, I hooked one on it, and oh yeah, he's still on there. Swimming right at us, that's why. Ooh, he fighting now. He fighting now. Oh my gosh, I love my job. Lead core, baby. It is so good to be off the downriggers. I love my downriggers, I do, but I love my lead core more. I do. Here we go. Now I see a fish back there. See that fish, Lucy? What do you think? Ooh, he's a chunky fish. I think I can probably lift him now. He's hooked pretty good. Let's see. Let's see if we can do it. Let's see if we can do it just like this. Oh my gosh. Right there. Trigger Spoon Junior. Bright red. Pop him off here real quick. Stop. Stop, 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 stop. There we go. But there he is with that trigger in his mouth. I got a pliers right here. Bear with me, little guy. Hang on, hang in there. There we go. There he is. And he is off. Trigger Spoon Junior. That didn't take long. That literally took, well, about 4 or 5 minutes, I'm going to say. We'll get that back out there. 1 fish doesn't tell you anything. 2 fish in a short amount of time, you may be onto something. You may have a pattern underway. So, not deep. 5-6 feet deep probably. Right out in the area where I hooked the other fish. Haven't got another hit on the worm, but got hit right away on the spoon. Well, these rollers are getting pretty big. In like 5 minutes, it's gone from being fairly windy to being pretty windy. I got white caps all the way to the dam. Fish are still biting. Just hooked another one and lost it on the Trigger Junior. But I'm kind of working my way back to the shoreline where the ramp is. I'm gonna make a quick pass over here next to shore, see if we can pick up one for the road. And I think that's about it for today. We're perfectly safe out here, but Lucy gets really uncomfortable when it gets rough. So I think I'm gonna call it a day. It's about 11 o'clock. So we'll see if we can pick up one more fish, and then we'll put the kayak back on the trailer. See, that's a pretty big wave right there. Anyhow, it's been a fun morning. The fishing wasn't as fast as I anticipated it being, but still very productive. I don't know how many we hooked. I think we hooked 8 fish, and our landing ratio wasn't very good. We only put 2 of them in the kayak for a variety of reasons, but whoa, mostly due to the fact that they were just kind of nipping at the baits, I believe. The 2 I did catch, one of them fell off in the net. The other one I did have to use the pliers on. But all in all, they were willing to hit, but they were a little lethargic. Number 1 bait, I gotta say, is that Trigger Junior. That got the most strikes and the most hookups. Honorable mention definitely to that Trout Trix worm worked right under the surface. That was working too. That was working really well earlier in the morning. So anyway, some days you kill them, some days you just put a few in the kayak, but regardless, anytime you're out here in the Sierras and you're catching trout, you're having a great day. So let's get over here and see if we can get one for the road, and then we'll get Lucy back on shore. I'm coming. I'm getting us in. I'm working on it. I'm coming. It's good. We're going in. It's okay. Stay. You stay. It's okay. You stay. You stay. I got you. It's okay.